Howdy everyone, it's me Grace, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm making some custom armor pieces for my original character I'm making. I already created her weapons, accessories, and tunic, so now it's time to complete her shoulder armor. First, I'm creating a pattern for her shoulder armor out of some scrap paper. After the basic shape is made, I can cut darts into it to create the shape I want. I'm using some tape to hold the pattern together as I go. I'm making a line where I want my seam to be and cutting it so both parts of the shoulder pattern can lay flat. Now I can trace each piece twice to have enough pieces to make 2 shoulders. I'm using 6mm EVA foam from Lumen's workshop to create these. After the pieces are cut out, I'm using contact cement to glue the edges together. Make sure you wear a respirator while using this glue and work in a well-ventilated area where no animals are around. The fumes from this glue are very toxic. I'm making another tier for the shoulder that will attach under the original shoulder piece. To create this, I'm using 1/2 of the pattern that I already had for making the original shoulder piece. I cut out hundreds of little scales from 2mm foam and started attaching them to the shoulder pieces using high temp glue. Despite doing this before on other parts of the costume, I still underestimate how long it takes to cut out and attach all the scales. As long as this takes, in the end, it's worth it in my opinion. I start from the bottom of the pieces and work my way up row by row. After all the scales are attached, I glue together the bottom tier to the main shoulder piece. And with that, the main parts of the shoulders are complete. Now I have to make the straps to hold everything together. I cut out 2 long rectangle pieces of Lumen's workshop 6mm foam and rounded the edges with sandpaper. I want these straps to look like leather, so to do this, I'm heating up the foam with a heat gun. Then I can use a balled up piece of parchment paper and press it into the warm foam. This leaves behind a creased pattern that looks like leather. I'm repeating this technique on both straps until I'm satisfied with how it all looks. I'm sewing on snap buttons on both sides of the shoulder pieces. I'm doing this so I can remove the straps when I need to for transporting and storing the costume later. The straps will cross over each other in the front and in the back. On the back of the straps, I'm adding pieces of elastic. This is so I can move easier and more comfortably while wearing the shoulder rig. And with that, the construction of the shoulder rig is complete. I'm doing a test fit here to make sure everything is comfortable and fits correctly before moving on to priming and painting. Plasti-Dip is my go-to primer for my foam pieces. I usually spray on 2 to 3 coats of primer depending on the project. While I'm waiting for my primer to dry, I can start making a pendant for my character. This is one of the first times I'm creating functional jewelry for a character, and I wanted the pendant to feature a snake to fit in with her theme. I'm using Sculpey clay to create a coiled up snake, and I left a gap in the center so I could run a chain through it later. I also wanted to add a piece of clear quartz that looked like a snake was holding it. I made sure to sculpt the snake so it would be able to hold a crystal once it was baked. Next, I baked this little snaky at 275 degrees for 15 minutes. Once he cooled down, I painted him with blue acrylic paint and covered him in glaze. Once the first coat of glaze was dry, I painted on a white scale pattern. After the second coat of glaze, I attached a clear quartz crystal. Using some jewelry pliers, I attached the chain through the pendant. And with that, the necklace is done. Now that the armor pieces are dry, I'm brushing on layers of blue and black acrylic paint. This helps give the armor a worn, weathered look. After the paint is dry, I can finally try it all on. Here's what the pieces look like all together. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, bye y'all.